Come on. Come on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mo We Talk. We talk football. And we did it. We did it. Chelsea are the new world club champions. I'm so excited. My voice is gone. My voice is totaled because I've been screaming my lungs off. And I don't know what to say, but whatever voodoo, whatever juju you gave these players, Maresca, it worked. And Brighton, it looks like we owe you guys money. It looks like we owe Brighton money because, oh my goodness, everybody was on point today. At some point, I had to pinch myself like, is this happening? Am I dreaming? Is this a simulation? Is this real? My goodness. Chelsea made PSG look like Southampton today. We played... Okay. Let me try and calm down for a bit. Enzo Maresca, congratulations. Congratulations. In your first season, you not only made your objective, but you exceeded them. You went on, not only did you go through all the routes of this tournament, you went and you met the Champions League winners. The team that was destroying everyone for fun. They made Real Madrid look so silly. And we came and we showed up. Look, you've tried the Premier League. You've beaten Man City, you've beaten Liverpool, you've beaten Aston Villa. This one, you haven't met before. Fair play, because in my preview, I said I was 50-50 because I looked at the team and I was like, my goodness, this is PSG. Everybody's on point. Is it Doué? Is it Dembele? Is it Krava? Is it Mendes? Hakimi? It was all over. And they are midfield. However, I remember saying that if we can choke up that midfield, and that was exactly what Maresca said. And this just brings me back to the comments that he made in the press conference. When that press, I know you guys saw the video, that press conference where the reporter asked him, you're not going to be holding much of the ball, and because it's PSG, and he was like, who told you this? We're Chelsea, man. We're different gravy. This is Chelsea. I don't have my jersey on, so I just looked for the next best thing in terms of blue. The game starts, and I was nervous up until the last performance before the beating of the drums and all of that, the closing ceremony. Up until that point, I was nervous. But as that part started, I just became calm. And I was like, you know what? It's Chelsea. We've been here before. Underdogs, bring it. And the game starts. And I'm like, what am I seeing? At first, there was this voice in my head telling me, oh, it's the first, the noise that we make in Nigeria, we call it initial gra-gra, that we started in the first 5 to 9 minutes. And Chelsea were playing PSG off the park. But one thing I noticed, and I said, look, if we keep this up, we're winning this game. Choke that midfield. And I did say it in my press conference. I said it in my preview. Look, the Premier League, the press in Premier League is like no other. I made an example with the Newcastle game, though we lost, but in the second half, we pressed their press, and I have never seen that kind of press before. For 90 minutes, a player down, we pressed against that press. I don't think PSG will survive that if we can fight fire with fire. And that was exactly what Maresca did. And the game went on, and I was looking, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I watching? What am I watching? And Chelsea just kept on playing and playing. 9 minutes went by, and it continued. Cole Palmer with a lovely play. Unfortunately, it didn't go in. You guys should have seen me. I was screaming. I thought that thing actually went in because of the way it hit the back of the net. I thought it actually went in. I was so excited. Only when I saw Cole Palmer's reaction, I was like, oh my God, it didn't go in. But I said it. I said, Cole Palmer, you must make up for that. You must. Everybody was on point. Even Gusto. I was so scared that Gusto is starting. And fair play, Enzo Maresca. He flooded that midfield. He put in Reece James in there. Caicedo was in there. Enzo Fernandez was in there. And he put Cole Palmer on the right. Perfect. Put what's his name, Pedro Neto, on the left, and started with João Pedro. That was a bold one, because I did say in my preview that it would be nice to start with the lap, so that if push comes to shove, we start up. We call a stronger player from the bench when the PSG players are starting to weaken, because there's this general thing that people have been saying that if you can hold your press till the 65th minute, they start to gas out. And that was my line of thought. But fair play, Enzo Maresca. He started with the strongest possible lineup. And we played, and we played, and we played. And before we knew what was going on, what's his name? João Pedro. João Pedro. That guy is a player. Releases the ball, and before we know what's going on, Cole Palmer is in. Cole Palmer looks up, sees where what's his name, Donnarumma was, and he knew that, look, if I could just place it this way, it would be hard for him to hit it. And he made it a ground ball, not a high one, because there will be a probability that Donnarumma would have saved that. Slight possibility though. But the ball goes in, and I'm in cloud nine. I'm screaming my lungs off with my buddies. Screaming. I'm like, oh my God, we've taken the lead. Because I said that if we could score a goal, that would disrupt them, cause a bit of imbalance in the PSG camp. And that was exactly what happened. Before we knew what was going on, that midfield cut off Dembele and the Kvaratskhelia, all of them, it cut off their supply. They were nowhere to be found. And shout out to Sanchez. I can't believe I'm saying this. Sanchez, who ended up winning the Golden Glove. Sanchez, this is the best performance of Sanchez. And in Sanchez, you know what, mate? If you keep up like this, there's no need for another goalkeeper. But yeah, we actually need another goalkeeper. But Sanchez is staying. Trust me, Sanchez is staying. With that kind of performance, he's staying. And the players were locked in. You could see it from goal. They were locked in. They were focused. And I feel to a large extent that PSG got a little bit confident. They came in with that air of arrogance. And Chelsea, like I said, what Levi Cole said, if everybody expecting us to lose, we have nothing to lose. And I did say, anyone who has nothing to lose is the most dangerous in the room. And my goodness, before we knew what was going on, another one from Cole Palmer. Again, low ball, looks up, again, sees where Donnarumma is, and he places a sweet ball in, and it goes in 2-0. And I'm like, somebody hold me, I'm about to faint. What's going on? My goodness. And then we're watching the game, and I started noticing certain things. Yeah, I would call it naivety, because you could see what's his name? I think it was Caicedo by kicking the ball. And I'm like, this is the part where we have to keep our heads. Because, mate, what are you doing? We are 2 goals up. Why are you losing your head? Why are you losing? You are leading. Because I was scared, like, look, we need all our players focused, and picking up unnecessary yellow cards. You don't know how this thing can end up hurting the team. So I was not happy about that. I think, was it Gusto as well? I think, or was it Levi Colwell? Correct me in the comment section. Yeah, because my head's gone. Who also picked up another yellow card. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Anyway, I'm lost for words. I didn't know what Chelsea was cooking. Everybody was so on point. The passing made sense. Everything made sense. And before we knew what was going on, the dying minutes of the game, or not really the dying minutes, but yes, towards the end of the first half, there was this ball that came in, through a ball to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer receives the ball and he spots João Pedro running in, places a true ball in, and João Pedro takes that ball like a pro, like a jab, chips Donnarumma, and it's in the net. And I'm like, this has to be game over. This has to be game over. And fair play. Fair play. I just couldn't believe what I was watching. My head is all over the place, so this is barely a review. My head's all over the place. And second half, the first half ends, and shout out to the performance, the halftime performance. It was a good one. I did enjoy myself. It was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but yeah, America, all of that. So, second half begins, and we continue exactly from where we left off. And I'm like, look, this Chelsea, man, look, it's not looking good for the Premier League. It's not looking good for the Premier League, honestly. Because we were just in their faces. And PSG, at some point, they started to play the patience game. And even when it seemed like as if they had the upper hand, we still looked deadly, because it was like attack together, defend together, choke up the midfield together. That's what we were playing. And even when they had us on the back foot, you could see how deadly we were on the break. There was this one with Pedro Neto, and shout out again to Sanchez. Sanchez's crosses were on point. It felt as though Donnarumma became Sanchez and Sanchez became Donnarumma. Sanchez's crosses were going straight to our players. And I'm like, bruv, you've had this in you. Cross the ball, and it goes to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto's running in, and you could see our players going into position, even Cole Palmer. I was expecting a pass, a cross in of some sort, but it looked like as if Pedro Neto got a little bit excited and decided to go for goal. Fair play, I can understand that, because we're leading by a huge margin, 3-0. I mean, you can afford these things. It's not when like it's a 1-0 and you're trying stuff like that. And the game continues that way, and I just kept on being lost for words. And what was his name? Enzo started holding his thighs, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not good, because he kept on holding that thing, and you could see that it was bugging him for like 3 times. He kept going to ground, and you're like, look, this guy's done. He's done in this game. Bring in Santos, and at the nick of time, Enzo Maresca brings in Santos. Similar with Reece James. I started noticing a bit of shaky with Reece James. I'm like, oh my god, this is not good. This is not good. And eventually, Reece James comes off. Drewsbury Hall comes in. And there was Nkunku comes in. Pedro Neto goes out. There was another introduction. I think it was... My brain's fuzzy. But I do know that Santos Drewsbury Hall and Nkunku came in, I think. Yes, they did. And shout out to them. It didn't really feel as though our key players were off the pitch. Everybody just kept on playing. And then, yes, the lap, thank you, just came in. The lap comes in as well. And I'm like, mate, to be fair, I was not so sure if the lap could pull it off, but my goodness, the lap, with a thunderous shot, it goes in and Drewsbury Hall saves it. And the lap gets another opportunity again. Drewsbury Hall. This game should have ended 4-5-0. My goodness. Chelsea. I am a proud Chelsea fan today. I am proud of this club. And now we have the bragging rights for 4 years. Nobody can chat to. Look, Chelsea fans, go crazy. Go crazy. Milk it. You guys, we are champions for 4 years. The next 4 kids will come with that badge. And the referee adds up, what, 5 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, this game's in the bag. Because in 5 minutes, you don't see them coming back from this. And when it was pretty much 1 minute left, I just went crazy. And the referee blows the whistle and I'm jumping around like mad. I had to pause for a bit to let it all in, let it all in, let it all in. And Cole Palmer, player of the tournament. Sanchez, keeper of the tournament. Shout out to Due, second best player of the tournament. Well played. Donald Trump, the president. And I also want to say, how many trophies do you see a president, not FIFA president, an actual president of not just any country, of the United States of America, issuing medals and the trophy? Do you know how heavy this is? Do you know? We are the world champions. We are the world champions. In your face to all the haters, to all of you that wrote us off. We are the world champions. So guys, let me know how you feel in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. You want to throw some shades, throw your shades. Feel free. You're a champion. We are all champions. I need to go to social media and pour some salt on some haters. Yeah? So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. See you guys later. I'm so elated right now. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe. Like. I appreciate it. It's a baby channel. We're just starting. And I'm sure greater things to come. Bring on next season. Take care, guys. God bless.